Going on YouTube? Nick Novak back for another video. I got a confession. I haven't been doing a video every exactly 24 hours. When I started this, it was kind of the worst timing, to be honest with you, because water went through our ceiling. If you haven't watched that, go back to the last video. You'll see we had insulation come onto our kitchen floor, so I had to send the girls back to my parents' house for 4 days. I didn't get to see them yesterday. I was gonna post this video and make it yesterday, but I was missing them, missing the girls. They were missing me, especially my oldest daughter Willa. And so I just took the day to really just love on them. And it was Sunday anyway, so I didn't want to do too much. But today, I figured we'd talk about our fall cows. So some people have asked me, why do you run fall cows instead of spring cows? And it's kind of this big thing because some people are like, well, fall cows don't make sense, but spring cows do. And I have mixed feelings on both. So I'll kind of go into a little explanation about it. Last July, we ended up buying those black 4- and 5-year-old fall cows. They were all heavy bred. They were going to calve October through, I want to say, like the end of November. It's like 60 days. Out of those 38, we ended up having one cow that didn't calve, but all the rest did. We had no calves die. And we also bought 10 bred heifers, and we ended up having to, the very first cow prolapsed. So that was an experience for me. That was my first ever prolapse. But she lived, had a calf, it lived. We had to pull one of them, and then one of them did not have a baby, so she must have lost down the road. So out of the 48 cows we had, we ended up having 46 calves, which we were pretty happy with. The reason we bought the falls was we got a really good deal on those black cows. We bought them really cheap, and they were good cows. The guy just didn't have rural water hooked up, and he just relied on pond water, and we never had a pond filler, so that's why we ended up buying those. So we raised those calves all last winter. We ended up selling them. I think they were in June. I want to say it was like the beginning of June. They weighed about 450 pounds. I learned a lot in that time. One of the big takeaways is I let those cows, their condition, get too bad, basically. And it was my first time. This is my first time ever having my own cow-calf herd. And it was just a learning experience, you know. When those cows started getting those 200, 300, 400-pound calves on them late in the winter, we just weren't feeding enough alfalfa. So this year, we're going to change that. We're going to feed them a lot better and higher quality feed, so we can maybe get those calves over 500, maybe 600 pounds. And we're also calving a little bit earlier than last year. And we also decided to put Charolais bulls on those cows, so we'll get that Angus Charolais cross, which should really boost weaning weights and help, you know, with frame with that Charolais. So we're really excited this year to see kind of the differences from last year. And like I said, this is my, you know, this will be my second calf crop that I've raised fully on my own. My dad and I are partners on them, but he lives 2.5 hours away, so he comes down on big days like weaning, vaccinating, when we work them, brand them, stuff like that. But, you know, day to day it's all on me. So it's just been a learning experience. And so some people ask, why did we go with the fall herd? So the first reason was we got a really good deal on them, and we have a lot of feed around us. My dad manages a feed yard, so he has a lot of connections to buy good high quality feed cheaper, because, you know, in the fall you're having to feed those cows more than you would a regular spring cow. And also out in this area, people recommend your fall cows being around 5 acres per year, and that would be on grass. You know, but the cow-calf is 8 to 10 acres. So if you have fall cows, if you have feed around you, you know, if you want to spend a little more money on feed and you don't have the grass, which, you know, for me as a beginner, I don't have 10,000 acres. I don't have 1,000 acres. We have about 600 acres that we run on. And so it just made more sense to have a fall herd to where we can buy a little bit more feed, and we also can raise feed on my farm ground, which we'll talk about that too. But, you know, last year we had all those sedan bales that we fed, and that really helped us out. It was a lot cheaper than buying them. But anyways, so that's kind of why we went with the fall herd. One, the price on them was unmatched. Two, for the amount of grass we have, it made sense to do a fall herd to where all summer long they're on grass without a calf on them. But as I say that, at the same very time, we're going to transition out of a fall herd. All in all, we have a fall and a spring herd, but we're very fall heavy on our cows. I think we have 33 falls, and I want to say there's 18 spring cows that will have calves next year. But out of those 18, we're going to be getting rid of probably 4 or 5 of them. So there'll be 14, 15, somewhere in there. And, you know, if we can find some deals on some, we will do that also. We'll just buy a few more. I'd like to have about 20, but at the same time, we will keep running those yearlings out there on my pasture. I still have those 20 yearlings out on pasture right now. We'll keep doing the bottle calf thing, but I think we're going to transition from fall heavy to a spring heavy over the next probably 5 years. And it'll just work better for me and my family as we start to grow our family. It just makes more sense to not be so dependent on the weather not being terrible in the winter, because it's a lot of work on me. I was gone a lot in the winter, and it'd be easier to not have a calf on anybody in the winter and really just focus on feeding them, getting them good quality feed, and in the summer is when your heavy workload is. I don't know if you guys will find this video entertaining or whatever, but I just wanted to kind of explain to you our program and kind of the direction we want to go. You know, so the direction we want to go is we want to have a spring herd. We want to run, you know, I'd like, my 10-year plan would be probably 150 cows, maybe 200, but I want to keep running those yearlings because those yearlings are so nice because you can turn them out when you have grass. Like this year, we turned them out May 2nd. The year before that, we turned them out June 6th. So we got a whole nother 30 days before the year before to run them on grass. And then when those cows, like for example, those other 60 head we had out here, when we got dry, didn't have any grass, I didn't have to feed cows. I just sent those yearlings back to the feed yard. And it's just nice because you're going to make a profit regardless. And at the end of the day, you don't need a tractor. You really don't even need a side-by-side. All you really need is grass, a fence, and a way to check them. You know, a golf cart, a truck, anything like that. And so that's why I like yearlings. They're easy. You're running them half the year. You have nothing in the winter. And it's just a nice, easy way, especially leasing them. Sorry, there's a mosquito trying to get my face. But just a nice, easy way to make money and know you're going to make a profit instead of maybe losing 5 calves and breaking even that year. And at that point, you're working for free. And I don't like working for free. I want my cows to make money. And it just makes sense to have both aspects of that spectrum. And that's kind of, on our farm, I want our animals and our land to pay for itself. And so even if I don't make a huge profit at the end of the day, it's at least paying for our house, it's paying for our land, and I have other sources of income that I do. I think it's very important to be very spread apart in the aspect of, for example, like on our place, we run bottle calves, and they should be making some money this year. I don't know if they will. Hopefully none of them die. But I'm just saying we run the bottle calves. We run the yearlings. We have a spring cow herd. We have a fall cow herd. We run yearlings. And so we just have, you know, 5 simple things like that. They're all cows, but they're all things that we can do to make money. A little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know. And I'm still thinking of other things, and I've brainstormed a few things that I want to do to make even more money on our ground. You know, I've thrown around the idea of raising pheasants or something like that. Just things that we have space for. It might be a little bit of extra work, but like I said, if our land can pay for itself, I mean, that is awesome. That is amazing. A lot of people can't do that. And not to mention, like, let's just say the Milo, that should make us a little bit of money this year too. So there's 6 sources of income, just off the top of my head. I also think it's important to not do everything, you know, half butt. I'm gonna say it like that. So, and what I mean by that is, like, say the bottle calf thing. If I don't really know a whole lot about it and I'm not doing my research about it, I'm just doing it and I'm losing calves and not making any money, it's probably not smart for me to do that, you know? So it's important to make sure that you can handle what you're doing, but also try to navigate all of those things in one. So anyways, I'm gonna end the video here. I don't know if you guys might think this is just me rambling on. It's whatever. I just wanted to give you guys kind of an example. I know I was jumping all over the place, but that's kind of my mindset on the fall and spring cows and the yearlings, bottle calves, and everything in general. Just to be very diverse in what you do, but also try to do everything the best that you can. And don't get down on yourself when you mess up. Like, for example, when I wasn't feeding those cows enough and I lost a little bit of condition on them, I didn't mean to do that. You know, but that's one of those things where I learned, and this year I'm going to make that correction. I'm not hard on myself, because at the end of the day, you only know what you know. And if you fail, you don't actually fail. You're just learning. And so that's kind of my mindset on it. But anyways, guys, we'll be back again tomorrow. We're going to try to get back to the swing of things. Every day, I'm going to try to post a video for you guys. I believe this is day 5, even though it should be 6, but it's 5. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks again. Like and subscribe. Catch you in the next one. Peace.